Hello!
Hey!
I'm Alana.
I'm Peggy.
And we are your sweet MONBEBES.
MONBEBES.
Guys also.
Both of them.
Elvis! I swear to God. So the last thing we told was a different group story time, and we were like, that won't be that long. This one won't be that long because we don't have any other clips from anything else.
Nothing.
I usually film during concerts, at least like a couple things, because I like to have them on my phone. I've said that before, but at this concert, it was Monsta. They didn't let us. Where we went was Newark, New Jersey.
To see the award-winning sweetest guys.
We would never go to Newark, New Jersey if it wasn't for Monsta or KCON. We've been there several times now. We're starting the story. Okay, here we go. We went to Newark by plane because we were too lazy, and I legitimately refused to take a bus. I will not take a bus. I'm not taking a bus. I don't care if I don't have any money, I just won't go. And something really fucking wild happened at the airport. There's a specific area you're in if you like just got off a plane or if you're about to get on a plane. You have to like pay to get in that area. You have to already be through security. Right. You have to be in the airport.
Taken a flight.
You can't be a fan site like that's outside that doesn't have a ticket. You know, they follow them. But out of one of the gates comes Monsta X. And again, it's another moment where I noticed them first and I was like, Peggy? That's I am.
Oh, that's I am. Who?
Where?
Who?
So we're literally walking next to them at the same time. They turned, walked towards us.
Yeah.
And they were going to the bathroom. They were going to the bathroom. Nothing happened.
We were going toward the exit.
Baggage claim. Which we didn't have any bags to claim. We were going to meet Josh and Shantae.
Yeah, we were going. Then we were walking on like parallel.
Because there's a thing in the middle where there's like food and stuff like that, and they were on the left side and we were on the right side. And I'm on the phone, and I turn, and me and Kyungwon for a good 5 seconds were like. And then I was like, I'm not gonna say anything to him. He's the tallest, most beautiful man I've ever seen. He's like a fucking.
We had never seen him in real life until that moment.
It's a goddamn sculpture. He wears.
That was the first time.
I literally didn't see anything, but like. Tunnel vision right onto his beautiful fucking face. It was like, and then the next person I saw after I am and then Hyungwon was Juhan, so I was like, no, nothing even matters anymore. So let me just anyway, I'm asleep. But they all walked towards us, and some of them made a very familiar look.
Yeah,
at us.
And as we
didn't even see Min-hyuk.
No, we said after we were like, we literally didn't even see him.
Wasn't there.
And as we were walking, the suitcase that I had was like the thing that pulls up was broken, so I was just leaning down, pushing it the whole time. And so when they were coming around, we were like the people that were in their way. They would have walked right into us if no one had moved to either side. Yeah, it was so like they were on the right, we were on the right, so we were like we had to keep going. They had to keep going. And so it was like excuse me.
Kihyun and I am.
Kihyun and I am both were like
I am went like this. And then kept walking. Like he had like some weird little smirk on his face and we were like, ew, what's happening there? And we kept walking and we saw what fan sites did.
That was scary.
Fan sites legitimately I got knocked over by a girl.
She almost got kicked down the escalator.
She was like, excuse me! And I was like, for fucking what? For you to go outside and take pictures of them getting into their car? Yeah. Who cares? And they push past anyone they're in front of because they need to like get in front of them to get their shots. What they do is they follow them from the gate to outside, take pictures of them getting into their car, and then Monsta X drives off.
It was so fucked.
And that's how that happens.
When we were leaving, so after we passed by them like going to the bathroom or wherever they were going, we kept going, and then we went the wrong way to where we were supposed to leave. We ended up coming out like after them, so we saw everyone like.
But
right
after them, where it was like we didn't even know that was them ahead of us.
No, there was like a whole crowd.
Until we saw there were like 10 fans like along like a rope, not a rope, but like a thing like behind it saying hi to them and stuff. And they were already gone and walking with them by the time we got to where the escalators were. Yeah. And we were like, okay, so we kept going. They got into their car and immediately drove off. That was we did not say bye to them. We didn't say anything to them.
We were like, oh.
No one said anything in the airport to anyone. We just looked at each other and then we went off and we saw Joshua and Shantae, which we were staying with them. Again, our sweeties, we stayed with them for God 7. Usual. The next day was the concert. The next day is the concert. This is why it's not going to be that long because everything happened at the concert.
Yeah, we just killed time at the concert.
And we were like, oh, bitch. We went out to eat.
Danced in the rain.
We danced in the rain. That was horrible. And it was wet. Very, very wet because it's rained. Yeah. So, day of the concert, we go get our wristbands. Then we go out to eat. and then we get hair in our mouth. We go back to the hotel for a little bit, get ready, and it's all seated.
Yeah.
So we were like, we can get there at 8 p.m. if we want.
It was like the most casual we got there. We got there like
20 minutes before, but we were nervous 3 days ahead of time.
Yeah.
Because we knew it was only one show. We only usually go to one show.
Right.
Because it's like, we're like, this is our one shot, one opportunity to see them. And then we go inside, and it was like the most beautiful, regal, perfect theater for them, and it was what they deserved.
So nice.
There were so many levels. It was like a fucking majestic palace, and it was all for Monsta X. So we go to our seats, which were way closer than they were closer than
when the girl was like, just walk straight toward the stage,
and we were like, and then we got stopped halfway by a guy who was like, show me your tickets, and we were like, okay, and he said, yep, keep going, and we were like, more to the stage, okay, to the stage, more towards the stage. Okay, so we were in the 6th row, which we knew by the tickets, but you don't know until you get there in person how far you're going to be from the stage.
Yeah,
we were a good 4 arms. Four of my long arms, very long arms, to the stage, which we will say now, here and now, mid-show, the first 5 rows ahead of us, there's videos.
Were incredibly calm and still.
Very, calm, I'd say. Very calm. Which, if that's how they do concerts, that's how they do. They do concerts, They pay to be there, no one cares, we're just saying. We were going crazy, which is why these things happened.
Yeah.
Which, why the things we're about to tell you happened, was because it was very calm sea, and then a tsunami right behind.
And that was verified to us by our friends outside when we saw people saying hi outside after, and they were like, we were looking at the front section, and all of a sudden we saw you guys freaking out. Yeah. We're not going to judge who you love or what you do, but that's just how it was. That's just how it was.
Which we're only saying because if people were fucking wild, then everything would have been different.
Right.
With us.
Right.
But it was not every person in every single row, but it was mostly, there were only 5 rows ahead of us. We could see like the whole front row. It was basically like that Drake meme where he's staring up like in the crowd, because they're like, obviously you're in the front row of Monsta X, you're like fucking amazed by what's happening. Right. But we were looked like there was something wrong with us.
We kind of ended up in windows too, because we only had one girl next to us.
The person in front of us was very tall.
Yeah.
And so the girl next to us,
she ended up kind of halfway being in the aisle.
And I'm sorry.
We shifted a little bit, so then we ended up being in the windows, and like everyone else was just completely in their seats, so it was kind of just like this.
At a good point, like maybe the second half of the concert, for the entire time, I was basically in her seat. She was in the aisle. Again, I'm sorry. I apologize. I said sorry to her at the end. It was just how it worked, though. How you just like keep moving around. But from my line to the stage, it was basically like in between the chairs. So it's like a seat and then a seat right next to it. But then there's that like indent in between. That's what it was. So it was literally no one, and it was like
and it was literally just like watching between the heads, and there was nothing.
And that's all they could see too.
There, so
we saw it in the picture they tweeted. You could finally see us in one group picture that's ever taken ever. But the concert began. The concert started, and at that moment, we knew we were fucked. We knew something in our head said, "Oh, girls, get ready for a wild night. Girls, prepare yourselves." And we said, "We're not fucking ready." It was bad.
We always we're like, don't expect anything really, or don't we're just here, and like we give all the energy we can.
We go and just get fucking crazy, and we're like, we don't care who sees.
Right. And then we're
just here to party.
If anybody sees that while it's happening, that's just what happens in that night.
We don't think of that though. We're just like, oh, that happened? Cool. That's wow.
We just don't, our bodies can't do anything else besides freak out while these concerts are going
Especially with Monsta X and those songs, the songs that they're playing. At one part, Johan was like, this is the climax. And we were like, what did you do before?
What
the fuck happened before, and what's going to happen after? And they were like, now let's get ready to party. And we were like, what the fuck have we been doing the whole time? What have you been doing?
There was no warm-up.
So, they played some of their fucking hits. They left out some that we'd Fighter. They left out Fighter, okay? Left out Fighter, and they've never done Need You. So next time if they don't do Need You, I'm going to sue, and I also won't attend. And they'll be like,
we're expecting a personal performance of Fighter at some point.
We did get a personal performance, though, and it was called Versace on the floor. Oh! We were Versace, and we were on the fucking floor. When Juwan was like, dude, take off your clothes.
We literally were like...
We both had jackets on, and we're like, say no more, bitch!
God!
Your wish is our command.
We literally do, lean back on our chairs, we were like,
we could not fucking breathe. Nothing about that. It was so cool.
It was just tits and arms. Yeah. It was just tits and arms the
Yeah. So much. So much. But even before that, we made signs. Mm-hmm. These were very reflective on the lights.
We had a Juhan and Shonu ready to go.
Which, if you're behind someone at a concert, do not complain about them bringing a poster because they paid to be in that seat. Someone told Peggy to put her sign down, and I was like, bitch, hold that the fuck up.
We made them as small as possible.
I ripped it out of her hand, and I was like, hello, and it was like, this is tiny, tiny, tiny. We got about a trifold board, and it turned out to be this. So, we fucking paid to be there. You're allowed to bring signs. If it was fucking triple the size, you would have been complaining even more. So, let people bring signs to concerts if they want.
Banners all the time.
No one even likes Juhan. Obviously, we're going to bring these.
Then it was like
no one in Japan. There's not a single Juhan sign in the stand. So fuck you.
And I was holding up the Shonu one only when like he was in front of us, and it would be like he would see it, and then it was like
And Peggy was like having it down here. I was like, bitch, hold it the fuck up. Like I was like, come on, and then I took it out of her hand and I was like, hold it up now. Hold it up. You pay. I said you paid to be here. Hold it up now. And that's not.
See it eventually.
That's not rude if it's this small.
But it's like we did the best
we did. The tiniest sign we could. We want to do something nice because no one ever does.
Then we wanted to put up the signs that we never see. So
we obviously don't know where anyone's gonna go at certain times and stuff. But anytime he like came over. Even after he saw the sign, he knew where he was looking.
Yep.
So literally within like the first, we didn't record anything because staff wouldn't let us. They were like, put your phones away now. Anytime anyone brought it out, we were like, I'm not touching mine.
We saw a girl get yelled at before it even started. So
not touching ours.
Yeah.
So literally it was like straight on, and he comes over and he's doing his part, and he looks and he goes and starts smiling, and I was like, oh bitch, you see it? So literally from then on, he knew that there was a sign in the I don't think he knew it was me, but he knew that it was a Juhan sign right there in the crowd. And we waved to each other, and he waved, and then so many times during the concert it was like
I think from even in the beginning, like seeing people freak out, he's the one who said he saw the videos and knew things and has basically impersonated videos that we put out before. And I'm never...
Shut up.
I'm literally never the person that's like, oh yeah, that definitely was what that was. Like I'm constantly, if someone came up and was like, this is completely about you, I'd be like, probably not. But I literally will say, because Alana's a Juhan woman, so she's not going to say it, that I'm 100% sure that he still actively sees the shit that we do. That's and was like, there are some big MONBEBES who I watched cry during our first win.
Which is why every time he would come over, it was literally like tunnel vision. He was literally like to where we were.
He was like,
he didn't even.
He would come over and like smile and be like,
because it wasn't like he was looking over the people that weren't moving. He would interact with them. That's not what we're saying. He interacted with everyone. Yeah. But so many times he would look and we'd be like, and have the sign and be like doing that, and he would do something back.
And he'd be like, there was the very like a specific energy about it that was like, that it was like, he already knew what was good.
At one point in a song, there's something where I literally can't remember what it is, but they do something with their hands, and he was like right there, and I was like, and as they were doing the hand move, he turned it to that instead, and I was like, bitch! I kept turning to Peggy and I was like, can he stop?
Then it was like, what are you doing? And when he was over on, like, during the choreography at any point in time when you're over on this side, and like we said, we're in these windows where it's like,
he like knew where he was looking.
Moving, and also both wearing very bright, reflective outfits. Like we had on like neon orange and shiny purple, and like we're fucking moving the whole time.
The light stick didn't stay still. It wasn't this. It was fucking.
No, it was just.
Our arms still hurt.
Yeah, like everything hurts, but it's in such a good way. Mm-hmm. But like we literally saw that he was like really amused by the fact that
we were like going fucking crazy. Also, I tweeted this, but I want to say in words. That if you know the words to songs, sing them.
Boy, did I love it.
He saw us maybe like 5 or 6 times, and he would do it with us. Like he was like rapping and singing with us. During other people's parts, if it was like there was no choreography for some of them, he would come over and literally we would be like singing and rapping together.
Like he'd be like, "What are you guys doing?"
Yeah. And he fucking loved it. Not just him. I Am song loved people singing.
Yeah.
They all love when people sing. They said it in an interview. They love when they get crazy. We get crazy. When we get crazy, they get crazy. When we're happy, they make them happy.
Talking to Joshua and Shantae, that they said though you could feel from where you could feel the energy of the whole place was like going crazy, and so
the place was rocking.
You literally the floor was moving,
yeah.
And even though some of the people near where we were like being calmer and stuff, the energy of the whole place was insane, and you could see them pick up on it, and like go even harder for that reason.
Yeah.
Like,
And we're not saying it was just us.
No.
It was fucking everyone.
But it's
they were like, we fucking live in MONBEBE land. We're the presidents. And they were
like, oh my god, you could literally see them get fired up when they would see, and like there were other people who could be doing the same thing as us, but like we were part of it as well, where if they saw someone like knowing the words or like freaking out, that they then
went harder.
In the next second like would move into the choreography like times 10 and be like, oh yes, and like,
which is why when Juhan was doing it, we were like, oh my fucking god.
Where it was like,
we were like every time, because he would move into a different spot for choreography with a smirk on his face.
Yeah,
and like get ready to do shit, and we were like, one of the other things that happened was when they were standing there towards the end, Juhan came out with his arms, his sleeves rolled up, which they unrolled, but I was really, that's all I was looking at. And then he comes over. A lot of the time, I don't know if this is every concert, I'm assuming it is, when they stood in a row, he was like on the right hand side at the end a lot.
Yes.
Monsta just tweeted. And his sleeves got unrolled by the time they were standing in a line. But we're standing there and we make eye contact because he was like looking around at other fans, like smiling and like would do stuff, and then he would go, and we would like smile at each other. The time I pointed and waved, that was mid-song. Yeah. And I was like, is everything okay?
And he's like, I know something? He's like, I know what's going on.
But I was like, he's very proud of the progress he's made. He was talking about his body, and he was like, I'm 25.
He's the best body of your life.
Yeah, and he was like, I'm 25. But that's the thing that like he likes now, is like talking about like the fitness and stuff. Ignore my dog. And like, it's not being like, oh, not talking about his talent or like this and stuff. It's like he's on stage and his arms are out. He wants people to be talking about them. We know Juhan. He wants people to be talking about them, and the moment he's like, oh, my arms. So we had them out, sleeves got unrolled, but when we made eye contact, I was like, he saw that I started to talk to him.
So
and
he's
I was
like, what?
And he was like, your arms look so good. And I was like, they look amazing. And he was like you could see he like answered and was like, oh shit, ooh, thank you. And I was like, bitch, they look good. And he was like, oh, bitch, funny. Thanks. And I was like, and then every time anything happens, I turn to Peggy and I'm like,
you're gonna be like,
was that me? I have to verify that I was like, me?
Here for it, confirmed.
Like, who said that?
And then it was like, literally, it feels so annoying to be like, but we know that they love their fans so much.
Yeah, they do.
And they make it a point to recognize that and to remember certain things all over the world.
And we're just telling our specific story right now. We're not saying we're the only people this happens to.
Right. We're just part of the MONBEBE world, and we make it publicly known as much as we can. And they had said before that they recognize that, and so why would they then just decide to start ignoring some of their fans? Like, it's not because it's us, like it's because it's like they love their fans so much.
That is horrible.
It was like, you fucking know that we cry about you on the internet
because he
6 times a year.
He said it to your face last year.
Literally said it.
We watch your videos,
and like,
which still we don't know if they still do, but
you know what?
Audience, they made it look like they did.
I don't say it about anybody. I'm pretty sure he still fucking does.
You know what? You know what? We know they remember us from last year. Either way.
True.
So
that is true.
Either way, it doesn't matter. Also, I just want to point out that we made this other sign because I thought it was going to be funny, and only I knew what it meant. So,
are we sure most exes heard this song?
Kiki, do you love me?
For like Kikian.
And I was like, I'm gonna fucking do it, and I brought it and I held it up. Only saw and like laughed at it.
We thought they thought it'd be great. Minhyuk read it 4 times.
Apparently, they haven't caught on to that yet.
Yeah. Eventually, they'll hear it and be like, oh my god,
Kiki.
okay, yeah.
Okay. But also, one other thing that happened mid-concert before we talk about the Hyungwon and stuff at the end, because that was a lot. One of the parts we were going like, because it was hot as a motherfucker. It was, literally turned to Peggy and I was like, I think I'm gonna faint.
We were like, yeah, it was.
I was like, I think I'm going to faint.
Too much.
We were like, I've never felt like this. We were like, something's wrong, because they kept telling us to get crazy and get fucking wild, and we were like, okay.
And we don't do like
our minds were not in the room.
We don't do like the half concert jumping where you just bend your knees up and down. We go full off the ground, full up jumping.
And air in the both foot in the air. Legitimately both. Like,
just like
as high as we could be. I have a bruise on the back of my leg that still hurts so bad from like leaning against the back of the chair trying to like get up higher.
There are muscles like in our legs that didn't know existed that hurt still today.
But I was going like this, and Minhyuk saw, and I was like, "It's so hot," and he laughed and goes and pushes his hair back, and I was like, "Not you,
disgusting.
You are so hot," but I wasn't talking. I was saying myself.
Right.
And he was like, "Oh, I'm very hot," and I was like, "No,
not you, idiot."
Yes, but no, dumbass.
And there were a lot of points in time where, luckily, like we said, how Johanna ended up on the right side a lot. There were a few when they were at the mic stands and stuff where Shonu was literally just on this side. And he's not, I've known the whole time, I've loved the man. He's not one that's like doing a lot of stuff and like yelling things and pointing. If he's like, if someone likes me, he's like, are you sure that wasn't like a typo and it's not with someone over here? Like, you're not, who are you looking at me? And so it's like, it's hard to get like an actual like.
And Peggy wouldn't hold up her fucking sign.
And well, he ended up seeing it, and then like being on my tiptoes, and I would hold it like here next to my head, so the girl couldn't yell at me about it being fucking above. So then like he knew that it was there, and during certain parts when he was like singing and stuff, I'd be like singing like at him, and then he like would get really like bashful for a second because he's like, "Would you break eye contact with me?" Like it was the reverse of Alana being like, "Stop looking at me, what are you doing?" Like he was like, "Stop looking at me, what are you doing?" Like, he was like, "Oh my god, I don't know what else to do here."
Also, Wonho,
he's the exact opposite in America, which is so fucking funny. Like we've talked about how in Korea or anywhere else, like when he has the upper hand, like energy wise, where
when they're afraid to see his tits, he gets his tits out.
Right, and he's like, "Check this out, ladies."
When we
swings
want
it
the
around.
tits, he hides them.
And he literally is always like, "Oh my god, who are you talking about? Not me." But then when he's somewhere where like the girls are like, "No, don't do it," he's like, "I'm gonna do it." And like, but here he's like so shy as shit. And then like he'll rip his shirt off anyway, but then it's like,
I feel like out of
like
everyone here, out of everyone on the stage of the group, he was the most like calm this concert, like interaction wise.
Yeah.
Like he like was doing a lot of like looking out at the crowd and like loving what he was doing,
like
in the
smiling
moment.
so fucking hard.
Yep.
But like there was a lot of like taking in the whole energy of it, because like they were like, there were so many light sticks and like everyone was like freaking out, and so they were just kind of being like, whoa, at this whole situation. There were several malfunctions during the show.
So before it started, it dropped and this middle part came out. But only by like one of the tiny little things. It was like loose. This was still on perfectly fine. And then mid-concert, I legitimately was going too hard, like jumping and fucking literally going wild with it. I was like, this is, no one treats it like this. It completely fell apart and this broke off. And then I was doing this and the middle part swung off and went behind us, and I was like, oh shit, I broke the light stick. Monsta X really made us go too hard that I broke the fucking light stick.
They were not made for fans like the Sweet Guys. They're not. They should make an American version with just like a padded rubber. Like it was. They were made to just do this.
It's not like a click. It's not like a click back on thing. It's like fully, it's broken. It's fully broken. I broke it off. They just literally had too many songs that it was like. Oh. Speaking of Lost in the Dream, Kihyun.
Oh my god.
Kihyun's hair and face live. We've seen it more, like this is the second time now, but we're like, you bitch, dude, you don't even make sense.
And with the undercut, just boy.
He knows what he's doing, and he uses his stuff well, and he really.
His smile's like literally
pierces your soul.
Doesn't
with
make
his,
any fucking
with
sense.
His fuck ass smile, literally.
There were so many times when, like especially during that, when we were both just like,
when you vibe with Kihyun on the stage, you won. You win. You did it. He loves you. You won. Bitch, good luck.
This is Magic Mike Who. This is just everything happens.
It was too much at one time.
And it was like there were different points with to try to remember each, like at what point in what song was each thing that happened, like you can't physically do. No. But like there were different times where every member was interacting because they were so excited to be there, and like seeing people freaking out, like they were like loving it. Yeah. They loved it. And so we were okay, so just like everyone's here, everyone's game, everyone's doing all the stuff. Cool. Yeah.
I am in Hyungwon.
Oh my god.
It was, first of all, there's collab stage. You cowards. Fuck y'all.
We literally were like,
never seen it. That might have been hotter than Versace on the floor. That blew our fucking minds. Also, just quickly, the Kihyun Minhyuk Wonho stage.
Oh my god.
It's sweetest boys.
It's so sweet, but then they're still so hot. Like, also to start with that and then go right into Versace on the floor, and then Hyungwon and IM's like, it was like, there was no, it was just
Hyungwon and IM together. are the ultimate, like, we don't give up. We're super hot and good at what we do, and you have no clue what they're going to do. The biggest, they're so enigmatic.
Yeah.
Biggest mysteries in K-pop.
And they both do, like, little tiny but very impactful body movements when they're doing stuff. And
thrusts.
it's like,
IM does a lot of thrusts. And Kyungwon uses his whole abtaculars, abs his whole body.
He does,
his
and then he'll just like pull the shirt up a little bit
because it's tucked in on one side and not the other, and
he's like, what even happened?
My stomach came out.
Whoops!
Whoa,
I'm 9 feet tall.
Me too, with this fucking backwards hat on. I will rip my eyes out and put them on the back of my head. You motherfucker! It's too much at one time. They did Fake Love and Charlie Puth's. I think it's called How Long. I don't know.
Yeah, we hated it before. We love it now.
It's a good song. It came out on Forever 21, and we were like. We tweeted a clip, but we were like, this song deserves a Grammy, but only because Hyungwon and IM did it.
Hit their version.
So good.
And then
we knew Hyungwon had already done a dance cover of it months ago. We had seen that. That's really the hottest thing.
But like seeing things in real life, everything still feels really surprising. Even if you memorized every part of the show before you went, it'd still be like, whoa!
John said he made Versace on the floor for us.
Everyone went silent.
Yes, you did.
They were all like,
we love that brand new song by John Shonu. Amazing. He did add a rap to it.
Yeah.
So that was his. But
then they made the choreography, so it was a whole performance.
IM and Hyungwon did their own stuff. They're yes. If you didn't leave with them being a little higher on your list than they were before, Hyungwon has always been like number 2 for me. But I was like,
Hyungwon pulls like little moments where he's like.
Oh, when he made eye contact with us, I think our eyes exploded.
We literally were like, ah!
Like, he did stuff and was, like, talking back to us, and we were like, oh, not you. You're the one. Stop.
And then,
Sweetie, it's not you. We're afraid of you.
Because I think for some reason we expected, like, just since we were like, oh, he's just not even gonna see us. Like, because we're going to be invisible to that man.
He had a good ass time.
He was
Hyungwon fucking
so
loved
weird.
it. And also, when they were at the Build series, and he said, just kidding. We've watched that on loop like 30 times now.
So fucking funny.
He's amazing. That man's amazing.
And then when they were all, this isn't even in order time-wise, but just thinking of funny things. Stuff. When they all sang It's Raining Man. And then
Kihyun came out and sounded good.
And then
dickhead.
Juhan doing the little dance. It was so fucking funny.
Oh,
we were like, shut up, we love you. You guys are so stupid.
Funny boys. Also, can I just say something? I'm going to say something.
Go ahead.
That IM does something no one else does. That no one else, even if they were taught, would know how to do.
Yeah.
And
it's like he's 3,000 years old.
And there's nothing you can put, you can't put a name on it or a word to it. He does something, he's got something special.
Yeah.
We have no fucking clue what he's doing.
It's as if he's like lived 12 lives.
As Hugh Hefner, at least 8 of them.
Yeah. Like, it's like, he's like, has so much, like,
the
sexual wisdom.
Not literal Hugh Hefner, but you get like the...
He's a boy knows
he's
what
not
he's
a player,
doing.
He just crushes a lot.
He knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
And
I don't know what you heard about me.
We're like,
he's a motherfucking PIMP. I am! Ah! What the fuck?
Shit!
No, I'm literally in this moment so serious, like shook by that. And we don't even like using the word shook. My face is turning red because I didn't realize the pimp had his name in it.
Okay. Yeah, so he knows that for the way he exudes it. He knew. He's been new.
He's Mr. Pimp of the world.
He's one of those pimps. That's what we were afraid of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, but also Minhyuk with this stupid fucking headband on.
Every time he comes up, and I think it's literally what we said last year about the concert, every time he comes up, it's like...
Yeah. He's on a catwalk. He's on a catwalk, but he's a literal cat.
Yeah.
He's like,
yes, I'm here, and what?
And he's like, bitch, and what about it?
And it's like, oh.
Flips his hair, and he flips his fucking head.
And then half a second later, he'll be having so much fun and smiling with fans and doing fun shit, and then he's like...
That's where it's like, the duality. The tweets that aren't even accurate. It's only fits with Minhyuk because it is the most accurate with him.
He's like...
but also Wonho, because Wonho's like, these are the 2 cute boys, and then Wonho's flopping around like a little...
It's so funny
like how a kid.
What?
My pecs.
Do my leather pants fit really well? I have no idea.
I'm wearing a harness? Who put this on me?
He's like,
how did this get here?
What?
So silly. Me?
Like, when they all stand and they're in formation, like, turned around as
He's
they are
thick
for, like,
bitch.
it's like...
a thick bitch. He's a stack of bricks.
Yeah.
Bunch of logs on top of each other.
Everything's
Big guy.
Pow, 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 pow.
He's the Michelin Man, but, like, hot. We don't need to talk about them too much because they're all we talk about on our channel. But we would just do anything in the whole world for Juhan and Shonu, and that's just a fact. That's it.
That's like
anything. They're the best men.
This video would be 3 hours long, and you guys know exactly how we feel. Then it's there's nothing better for us in our hearts than that.
When those moments happen for us, we were like, we only know. we only needed this 5 minutes. We didn't even need to go to the full tour. Because we didn't.
And
but
just
we
to,
didn't
like,
even need the full concert because they did it for us.
Having any sort of, because the last show we were up in the back and everything, so to have any sort of like interaction during the show was just like
too much for us.
Couldn't even like dream of how we like felt. Like it was just like, oh my god, like that's literally like the most perfect person.
It didn't even make any sense.
In each of our eyes, and they were having a good time with us, and we just couldn't believe it. We love them so much.
But like moments that had already happened when they hadn't happened yet.
Yeah.
Like anytime they would come over and like look and stuff, and it would be like, I'm gonna start to cry. Not right now. It would be like, but like I actually might. But like mid concert, it'd be like, you are Juhan, and he said, thank you.
Thank you.
And she said the same thing. You are Shonu. He said thank you. Like it was literally right there. Like when you're smiling and he's smiling back, it's like that's. You know who this is, and I know who you are.
Yeah, and the fact that
you know mine.
The fact that they knew that we loved them, whether it's from us just literally being there with the attention, the signs, or if they remember anything from a video,
that was
somehow
enough for us.
They knew that we loved them.
That was enough for us.
And that's all that's all we fucking want.
First of all, White Love, that was torture. That's the best song to ever have been released by a K-pop artist, in our opinion.
The fun that they had during that, and like the way our hearts felt.
They were not even in our bodies. We took them out and threw them on stage, and they were like, that's what they were singing with, was our hearts in their hands. that was their mic. That was their mic, was our hearts.
Oh my god.
But the end.
Oh my god.
When the confetti started coming, we literally were like this.
We've never...
Smiling, and Hyungwon and I.M saw.
They were watching the
I.M
whole thing.
was down on his knees, and literally was like looking out like, this is my life. Hyungwon was doing the same thing, and they were literally had like... Not tears in their eyes, because I'm not gonna be like, oh, they cried. They didn't.
But they were a little misty.
They were proud as hell. Like, whether it was sweat or tears building up, they were...
You could see the emotion on their face.
We were doing stuff with them, and literally, like, we let the confetti fall, and we were like this.
We literally just,
like, close our eyes, and then we were, like, bawling our eyes out. Hyungwon actually saw me crying, and he was like... he didn't say anything, but he, like, we made eye contact while I was crying, and then I was like...
And it was like, they said before the last song, they were like, if you don't know the words, it's okay. Just know that it's coming from our hearts. But we knew the words. So, like, while we were, like, singing, like, I.M was looking, like, I feel like they were really surprised with that one particularly.
It was if only, by the way.
And so it was like, they were, like, watching, being like, oh my god, you're, like, singing this song at us right now?
Because people can just, like, yell stuff during the fast songs if you want to be like, woo, woo, yeah. But the ones where it's, like, singing, people looking at you, noticing what you're doing, that got us, that got them.
It brought back so many feelings of when we did the first listen to the album, we were watching the lyrics as we were listening to the song, like, the way that we felt first hearing that and hearing, like, what they were saying in it, and then having that be right in front of us after, like, such an amazing night with Hyungwon there, and everything was so wonderful, and we had just, or we still are, but it just had the absolute time of our lives, like, whew, it was such a moment. Like, looking up and, like, being in the confetti for a second, not even, like, we looked up and not just, like, soaked it in, like, even looked away from them for a minute, just to be like, we never don't want to feel this way. Like, and that's so much thanks to them. Like, that it was, like, we literally just were like, this was, like, the hat, or, like,
when they kept saying, like, the first floor, the second floor, the third, and then went all the way up to 7th, we looked and we were like,
this really everyone's here for them.
For Monsta X, and that's what they deserve.
They really, like...
Did it on their own. Sold it the fuck out.
They could not believe the, like, because you could just, like, feel the love in the whole place, and, like, you could feel
the energy was
performing,
wild. They were, like, it was like, here we fucking go.
I think I.M said something about the energy being, like, a miracle, or, like, once in a lifetime, or something like that, and it's literally so true that it's, like,
we kept saying he's not a special person, but when we call his name or Monsta X, he becomes a special person.
But it's, like, that's why,
you're
like...
special, baby.
That's why we literally... all we do is talk about how great they are as much as we can, to, like, just because we want to.
And we're not trying to push it onto other people. We're just like, this is our channel.
How we feel.
This is what we're going to talk about all the time, because we love them so much and everything that they've ever done.
And, like, you could see on every single one of their faces at different times, like, they just were so happy to be performing for their fans, and they always are. But
they fucking love MONBEBES.
They're like, this is the best life, and they are so grateful, and so are we.
MBB.
Like,
MBB, Hearts MX.
Oh,
like, that's to the core. As people, they were like, it wasn't even like as K-pop idols. They were like, this is a dream. We're standing on this stage. This is what we love to do, and there's so many people here for us specifically. They're just only here for us.
Yeah.
And that's why it's amazing. Doing the Dramarama, Bay.
We've never jumped higher or yelled louder.
Absolutely life-changing. That was life-changing. Also, there were a ton of times where it was like a crazy song, and they were telling people to jump, and it was like another straight line of not many people jumping.
Yeah.
And we were freaking the fuck out. And Juhan and Kyungwon at one time saw us doing that together, and they were like, oh!
They were like, yes!
And we were like, we're not doing it for you. We're doing it for the song. We don't need you to see this. This is for us.
And seeing them do their older songs, like Russian Trespass, was literally so cool, because it was like, you've come so far, but you still have the exact same energy as you did back then, and we love you as much as you did back then.
Which translates into Fallen when they do like that move where they're like, and everyone's like, and they're like, here we fucking go. And they got water all over us, and then they're like,
we got soaked by
is it
everyone.
over? Nope. We've seen that though. We knew that was gonna happen. We're like,
Yeah.
the music stops, and they're like, bye, just fucking kidding.
It's
And
so
that's
fun.
what happened. But the concert comes to an end. Everything about it was perfect in every single way. The concert was perfect. That's it. Monsta X is perfect. Choreography is perfect. They sing live. They rap live. You know they do because Juhan forgot one of his lines, and there was no track playing. That motherfucker raps live. I Am raps live. The 5 singers sing live. Fuck you. Monsta X is the best.
They're incredible performers.
Yeah. Like
they absolutely incredible.
And we know in the past their choreography was stolen from them, given to other people, and now they're getting their moment to show their shit, their songs, their raps, their dances, their faces, their personalities on that stage, only for them, in front of thousands of people in multiple cities around the world. Just in America, but also around the world.
They couldn't be more deserving of everything they get and everything they will get in the future.
All the interviews and the recognition and people realizing how great they are and how funny they are and how they don't need to be anyone else and they're just themselves as people, as a K-pop group. They don't need to be anyone but Monsta X, and that's why they're fucking MONBEBES
for life.
So let's talk about the end of the concert. So High Touch starts, we go in, and they have a very strict policy most of the time of don't record, put your phone away.
Yes.
Have your phone in your pocket.
Yes.
Sure. A lot of the time,
Sure.
we just do it. We oblige by the rules. Who cares? Because we're like, we don't.
Sometimes the staff is crazy aggressive.
We're too
like, we don't want to
afraid.
fight someone in front of the group. First of all, we went up flights of stairs and we were like, where the fuck are we going right now?
And it was like the top of the place.
And then, it was like a wicked long path, but then they were suddenly right there, and so it was like, what the fuck?
And we thought they were gonna be on the left-hand side.
Yeah.
They were on our
We
right.
had to switch our shit.
They were on our fucking right.
We were like, oh, okay.
And it was a lot. The order was Juhan, Shonu, I Am, Kihyun, Wonho, Minhyuk, Hyungwon.
Yes.
Don't start with those ones.
So
that's a horrible start for us.
Then it was like we did not, and we also we said to each other as we were coming upstairs, we were like, we haven't prepared.
We don't have anything to say.
We have nothing.
The concert made us lose our minds.
Yeah.
In every
No,
way.
we were like, what are we supposed to say?
We
to
had
these gentlemen?
absolutely nothing to say.
We were like, we just literally have to see what falls out of our mouth.
Great job, guys. Good guys.
There's no preparation whatsoever.
We're gonna put the video in. But we're going to turn the volume off because I do not like anything, I don't like how my voice sounds. I hate it.
It's too, when you're recording with the phone, it's too close.
You've seen the GOT7 ones, I don't like my voice, so we'll put it in without sound, so you guys can get the general idea, but we will tell you the stuff.
Yeah. So, I feel like this time, it should be intertwined.
We were nervous about what we were going to say, because we didn't think... we didn't think they wouldn't say anything, but at High Touch last year, it was a lot of like, thank you, smiles, because they don't need to say anything to us. We have to come up with the stuff. And we were like, we have no clue what's going to happen.
What the fuck? We don't know what the fuck to say.
So it starts, Peggy went first.
So I went first, and luckily it was like, there was like almost like a hold up for a split second, so we kind of stood at the end of the table for a second, so then we were just literally just like, it was Juhan and Shonu right there for a second, so then they stood with my hand up, and then the girl in front of us went, and so I said, hi sweetheart, to Juhan, and then he was like, hi, and like, they were like, the look on their face, you'll see in the video, that it was like, he was fucking beaming, and then it was like, hi, and then, Shonu, I think I said, hi sweetheart, I love you so much, and like, that's all I can ever say. I get really like, with certain people in High Touch, like, I feel like we either get like super brave and just like say whatever, or like, Shonu's like the one person that I literally just like shut down, and I'm like, I get really, really fucking shy. With other people, I could be like, what's up, bitch? And like, with him, I'm like, hello, I love you. And then he just like smiled and was like, thank you. And so then and it was like slow but fast at the same time, so it was like full like eye contact with each member and like smiling and everything. So then I think I said, I was like, hi, great job tonight or something. And then he said hello again, which threw me for a second, but I thought it was like maybe from the concert or something. Found out due to Alana's high touch thing that it was a different story. And then Kihyun was like leaning into the whole ordeal.
He was like leaned onto the table.
So it was like you had like less time between him and anybody else. But Kihyun always has this like knowing look in his eye. Like we're like we don't know what you know about anything.
Do you do that to everyone?
Probably, but he acts like he knows everything about your entire life when you look at him. And I think I said, guys, it's good to see you. And he just smiled and said hi. And then Wonho and it was like a double with Kihyun and Wonho, like the same thing, because Kihyun was like so in the thing. So then it was like, hi, good to see you for like both of them, and they both just like said hi and like smiled and were being sweet. And then Minhyuk said hi, darling, and then he was like hi, and like we're like, you literally, I think he probably trolls our account. I don't. I think
he's on there being like,
he's constantly on the internet, and he's like, don't fucking talk to me.
He has one of those fake accounts, and then he comments like, I love yours, we guys. And we're like, shut the fuck up.
He's like, talk about me more. It's like, hi, darling, and it was just like, he's the one who said shit last year, so then it was like, we don't know. And so then he just like smirked and said hi, and then it was like Hyungwon was like, hi, oh my god, good to see you, and he was like, hi, thank you. And like, so then as we were like turning the corner, and so then they were all just like very warm and sweet, and then Alana's really was
a girl that went after us. Literally when it was over, she said to us before we even start, she was like, they didn't even say anything to me because they were just looking at you, and I was like, I'm sorry. And then it was like, I'm so sorry.
What do you mean?
Fuck. And I was like, no, I was like, no, they weren't. She was like, no, they literally were only looking at you, and I was like, I'm sorry. So it starts, and Peggy went first, and then after to Juhan, I said, I love you, you're my favorite, you're amazing, and then he went, thank you. You could literally see the video and went, thank you. With his fucking little dimple.
He was beaming.
Which he has said before that he watches shit, so I don't need to tell him that he's my favorite. He knows. That's just now. I've realized that point, and I will accept it. He knows. He knows that he's my favorite.
Yeah.
So I just now I can be like, and at Shonu, I literally there were a bunch of them where I was like, I'm just gonna say hi. I'm just like, hi, proud of you. I was like, hi, proud of you, and he, thank you. And then at IM, he really ruined the last four for me. Because I couldn't, I almost skipped Kihyun.
Yeah.
I was still talking to IM while I high-fived Kihyun, because you'll see, I'll put this tiny little clip in with audio. He said he remembered from last year. He said, you're from last year, right? And I said, hi, yeah, you remember? And he pointed again, because he pointed. So he was looking at the girl after. And then, which I literally felt bad for, because I was like, I'm not telling him to talk to me. He was like this, but looking was like, you came last year, right? And I was like, hi, you remember? And he was like being like, I have to do high touch. I'm on the fourth person now, but yeah.
Yeah.
And then I went, oh my god, hi, to Kihyun, because I was saying, oh my god, about him. And then I was like, hi, I love you. And then at Minhyuk, I think Minhyuk broke my elbow. In the video, he went, and I was like, okay. And then at Hyungwon, I said, oh my god, you're so beautiful. And he goes, so good. That's also in the video. IM said, me and you last year, bitch. So, you came last year. Which was fucking a different person than it was last year. Last year was Minhyuk and Juhan saying something. This year, IM said, yes, bitch. Last year. And we were like, wrong. That wasn't us. We didn't attend.
Who said that?
It wasn't different.
You know what's hilarious? That with IM was Kihyun and Wonho, who was like the only other ones who were standing in that little cluster that happened last year. So it was like the whole gang got back together real quick.
Y'all hear something? So we leave.
And we were like
freaking the fuck out. We went, and then we went back to the hotel. And literally we're hanging out, deciding if we were gonna go out to eat, which we couldn't because
we ran into Melanie for the 19th time. Yeah. We kept running into her dad. Tell your dad sorry.
We saw her earlier in the day before the concert.
Right.
In the hotel. And then back after. And we were sitting, deciding about food, and
because we were like, we're not going to bed.
It was too much was happening. Literally too much was happening. A couple whiles passed, and
couple whiles.
Up the escalator, the whole 7 of them
comes entire Monsta
came in, and I looked up, and the first person I made eye contact with was Juhan, and I went, turned my head completely away from them, didn't look, and then I was like, and then we all had noticed, and then IM looked, They all looked over. Everyone looked over because they were waiting for the elevator, standing there.
Yep. We were visibly
the last
shaken.
group, the last four were Minhyuk, Hyungwon, Shonu, and I am like standing there. Minhyuk legitimately looked like he was about to like come over and like either say hi or like maybe like shake a hand or something like that.
He took a step.
He like was walking toward
the group.
And then the managers like walked into the elevator. They said something in Korean and they all laughed and went up. So it was probably like, they're ugly. But it was Wonho that said something, so he was probably like, they're so sweet. But before they got in, I wanted to say something to them because it was like, we had just met you 20 minutes ago.
Right. And it was we were all truly surprised, so it was just kind of like an automatic response.
Like everyone was just like
to just like
and
say a thing.
Basically it was like the two people at the time while I said something were looking were Hyungwon and Minhyuk, because I was talking to them. Literally it was like words at them. And I said, you guys killed it tonight, have a nice night, have fun in what did I say, and have fun in Atlanta?
Have fun in Atlanta.
Like an asshole.
And
I said it like I was a fucking flight attendant.
It was so funny.
I was like, and have fun in Atlanta. And they were like, thank you.
And then like not at the same time, but like in the punctuation of a lot of sentences, it was like, you guys did great. And then as like after, and it was like after have fun in Atlanta, then they were like going into the elevator and it was like, we love you. And then it was like,
and that was it. We didn't get up off the chairs.
They were all like smiling, like, and they didn't like, they all like looked over and they weren't being like, okay, let's just go by here. Like they were like prepared to receive whatever.
No one yelled, no one got up, no one took a picture, no one took a video.
They actually saw us all get scared.
We sat there and we were like, oh my god, there's that. And they went up to their fucking rooms and that was it.
They saw us all look at each other like being oh my god. And as they were standing there on the elevator, like it was still open, like waiting to close, so then it was like we had just said something and
Shantae was like sitting on the ground and was like,
and we all were looking at each other being like...
Joshua had his two-on pin on his shirt and stuff, and we were like...
Like, you could
we are fans, you can clearly see that.
And, like, they had we just met you 15 minutes ago, and then it was like, you could feel that we all were like, what the hell, in the air, like, we were like,
oh, and then the elevator before it closed.
Yeah, when they were all still looking and smiling, and then, like... because we were all in different seats from where I was sitting, I was like staring over.
To be fair,
wasn't doing anything.
To be fair to myself, the elevator was practically closed when I said it.
It was very this close.
I did not say it when I could see. The only person I could still see kind of was Minhyuk because he was in the left corner.
Yeah, I saluted at I am before the door shut,
and then he just smiled. I went, what the fuck? Because we were shook at what just happened.
Yeah. It was a full, like, it was...
And they heard it.
They, like, for sure were like, okay, like, laughed in the elevator, because they could see, like, we all were like, what the hell, like, and as it was happening, like, I, like, curled up in the chair and was like this after you said something, and then turned and was like, we were like...
Then we got food.
We were like, okay.
So that happened. Then
cool. We were like, this is where they went, and then it was like, okay, great.
Our friend Sabrina got picked for the iHeartRadio thing where she got to learn a dance with them. I think she said it was jealousy. They taught her a dance. So we're really fucking happy for her. We fucking love her.
Hell yeah.
She deserves it. And because that was the next day.
Right.
Which we missed our flight. They changed it until the next day. Everything was horrible. We didn't get home until yesterday.
No surprise, they were really sweet during that, and the million other interviews they did that day. Like
the puppy interview, we're gonna cry. But we want to say really quick, interview wise.
Good
for I am specifically.
Yeah,
I am. They didn't have a translator, or if they did, they didn't use it. He helped translate. He told Minhyuk you can speak in Korean because he would translate for him.
Yep.
He did so much in the interviews that they had that it was like, you deserve
so much responsibility.
A crown, bitch.
Yeah.
He himself is always like, I'm not that great at English. I only lived in America, Boston. And he wants to come back to Boston, by the way. He lived in Chestnut Hill and literally is like, I want to go to Boston. We have no chance. I want to go to Boston. That's like the only place he ever says.
Where it's like,
Boston sucks. And he's like, please take me to Boston. Like, let's go. But he even thinks his English isn't that great. And it's literally amazing. He helped all of them. He spoke so intelligently.
He always is so
such
wise.
Great answers.
Yeah.
He cares about the fans so much. And he's just so perfect and wonderful and amazing.
He's like a very deep
We're very proud of him for that. we're proud of all of them for all the answers they gave, because they all did speak in English.
Yeah.
Attempted, did more than they thought they could, and we're very proud of them for that. All of them, all 7. They're the best people in the world, and that will never change.
They're
getting better by the day. They're getting better as being the best.
Like, we already, for as long as we've been fans and had this channel, are like, Monsta X are so great, but they've just grown so much and have continued to show the entire world exactly who they are
as people. And
we could not be like more proud to be fans of them.
Do the stuff as like K-pop idols, and are like very respectful, and everyone appreciates them and all this. Well, not everyone, but everyone like sees how hard they work and stuff. But we've seen so many stories where it was like, this person came and stepped out and shook my hand and was really nice during this, and asked if we needed food, and it's like they're still people.
Yeah.
And a lot of the time, the K-pop idols are like, I'm famous, and Monsta X is like, we're not.
Yeah.
But you are. You're superstars, like, and you're amazing at everything that you guys do.
Incredibly nice and grateful humun beings.
They don't think they deserve anything
so
they get,
proud.
and we're like, you deserve it.
Yeah.
Oh, you deserve it, baby. You deserve it all, and we're gonna give it to you.
Break every light stick.
Absolutely.
Do anything.
On the floor.
Oh, that song will never be the same. So cool.
Baby.
So many things
Singing
will never
out
be the same.
for me.
You're like, do you know what you're saying?
Seriously.
Stop it.
Seriously.
Enough.
Naked?
But seriously, keep it up. Do
we
more.
Love you. Yeah, we down in our hearts love. And we're sorry we couldn't meet more of you.
Yeah,
we met people like in our seats and stuff, but we just didn't get there before it started because we had a rough time.
Yeah, it was a weird time.
We were all. Joshua was sick.
Yeah,
he had been sick for a couple days. I had been sick for a couple days.
Shantae started not feeling well.
Shantae wasn't feeling great.
So it was like.
So we just like relaxed and like showed up, but we love you guys, and Monsta X loves you guys.
Yeah,
we really do. They really do.
It's just so literally the purest love that exists.
We cannot wait for whatever's next, music-wise, tour-wise.
We're very, pun intended, jealous of everyone that's seeing the rest of the tour.
Absolutely. There's 5 more stops.
Bless up,
we wish we were
folks.
at every single one.
Like,
you guys will have the greatest show of your entire lives. And they just mean the world to us. We love being MONBEBES forever.
We could make a whole separate video just talking about how much we love being MONBEBES. But that's also just the rest of our channel, really. Miss them.
Yeah.
We miss them a lot. We've talked, pretty much only thing we've talked about since is how much we miss them. So that's cool. That's great. We love our life.
All 7 of them, greatest guys. The best guys ever. They care about us so much, and
it feels nice in a very painful way. No.
Listen, we're not going to cry this time. I already did earlier in the video. But seriously, as people, as artists, as everything, they love us and we love them, and it's like, they really make you think. Like, not every K-pop group gets that close to their fans. They're like, no, we fucking love our fans.
They, like, make you feel so important, whether or not it's a direct interaction or not. Like, you don't even have to be at a concert or meeting them to feel incredibly important to them.
I am literally saying we're always
so special.
They're always there for us and with us.
Yeah.
And that is the truest truth they have ever told. Because they, through their music, through just how they act, are so sweet and the best people we've ever seen. They've created to the core. They've
created so many moments for us that we will literally never forget, and like, it's just so amazing to be a part of any of it, and we're so grateful and so full of love and joy.
So to them, as a group, we don't need to say names individually because you know who the fuck they are.
Which Juwan yelled in the middle of the show.
Yeah.
You know who we are. Yes, we do. Yeah, we do. We love it.
Monsta! Monsta! So there's that, and this is the final goodbye. We love Monsta X, and we will be MONBEBES for life. They are engraved in our hearts. This happened because of them. X gon' give it to you.
Everything happens because of them. Mon, bye.
Happy Monday. Every day's Monday. We don't even care what day it is. Today's Monday. Fuck you. All right. Bye.